Oh, yes.
Hello, good afternoon. Happy Friday!
Yes, the weekend again. It's here.
You make it seem like it's a bad thing, Darren.
No, I mean, because every week you just want to chill out, and Friday is the day. Friday is like the marker, like, okay, it's the end of the week, So Saturday and Sunday, you've got 2 days completely off and you can just chill out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, good afternoon and welcome to Pop Up Stage right here on AFO
Yes.
Radio.
Welcome to
I
Pop Up
am
Stage.
Mag and my co-host, of course, Mr. Colored Hair himself. I have never seen anyone with so much color on his hair yet. His hair is like super soft, okay? He is, of course, Darren Tay from An Honest Mistake. And we love being here every Friday because we're here to bring you
Yep.
new releases by our very own artists from Malaysia. And once in a while,
Yep.
we bring in artists from the region lah, kan?
Yep. I mean, we need to like change it up every once in a while,
Of
But yeah,
course,
I mean, like
variety.
Asian music, there's just so much to go around. We've had
Absolutely.
Singaporean artists, we've had Thai artists, we've had artists from the UK as well. So, you
Mm-hmm.
know, um, I think in the future we'll definitely be doing more regional stuff apart from the local ones as well, right?
Of course,
So,
of
but
course.
yeah, that being said, we've got two very cool artists that have just put out new music, new tracks, and they are fairly new as well, but their tracks are amazing. So we're gonna bring the first
Are
one
they like
on
fairly
right.
young as well? I think one is very
Oh
young. The
yeah,
other one?
for sure, yeah. So the first one that we're gonna bring on right now, she's only 16 years old, and she
I
has already
know.
made some killer tracks, and there's a whole history of how she got to where she is now, and
Absolutely.
she's a very very driven person. So let's bring her on and let's hear her talk, man. We have Charmaine Koh, yeah.
Woo!
Hey guys!
Hi, Charmaine. Welcome to the
Hi! Hey,
show.
afternoon. Happy Friday.
I know, right?
Yes,
It is a
ma'am.
Friday indeed. So, how have you been?
I've been good. Mid of CMCO and I'm still living, still breathing, still doing my thing and prepping for IGCSE as well.
I'm glad you're still living, still breathing. Otherwise, you won't be sitting here with us.
Oh, yes. That is indeed right.
Okay, so you just released a song. I mean, when did you release it first?
I released it in early September. It's called Why Don't You Live? So it's pretty much self explanatory. It's basically a message to remind ourselves to live in the now because we only get one shot at life. And
Absolutely.
but however, I didn't expect the message of this song to coincide with whatever is happening, the situation right now, because I recorded this song around about last year. And at that time, COVID hadn't spiked at all. And the inspiration was derived from my experience of summer last year. Back in 2019, I was overseas, and then I was absorbed into the whole summer fun, euphoria aspect of summer, right? And that's how the inspiration took flight. So yeah, like that's it. And then when COVID-19 spiked, and I was like, oh my god, like oh my god, what are the odds, man? What are the odds of a pandemic striking and just coming your way? And then the
Mhm.
message just coincides perfectly. And I was like, what better time to release it than now, September? And then
Absolutely.
I specifically chose um early September to release the song because summer is very wide, right? It's a span of like a few months, and I didn't want it to come across as this, oh, it's just a summer song. Because to
Mhm.
me, Why Don't You Live? Please go check it out on all streaming platforms, Spotify. Just a little plugging here. Why Don't You Live to me is a very nostalgic song, although it basically reminds you of summer.
Mhm.
So it gives off that sunset vibe, and so I wanted it to be the track to lead summer out and welcome the new season, which is autumn.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
I
Yeah,
love the fact that she went on talking about the whole song before we even asked her about it.
exactly.
But
Oh,
that's
I'm
brilliant.
sorry.
One question and she gave you like
I
10 answers.
I have a knack for like
30
elaborating and
marks
just
lah, this one,
giving
30
answers.
marks.
I'm so sorry. 105 marks.
Yeah. That's
Well,
Credit.
also the
I would.
title. The
Alright.
title of the song is "Why Don't You Live." It's Live,
Yes.
not Leave. So a lot. I mean,
Yes.
like when you think of it that way, like a song would be like, "Why don't you leave?" Then why don't you live? So I think
Oh, that
it's
would
a
be so different.
yeah. So it's a different take as well. Like why don't you live? To yeah. But yeah, Meg,
Yeah,
you had a question.
exactly.
Yeah, this song actually, like you said, it fits in perfectly with the whole pandemic season at this moment. But in the beginning of the year, you also released a song which coincidentally fit in the same environment as well. It worked
Exactly.
so well. So was it like a psychic thing that you knew that this is what we're going to prepare for?
I think, first of all, no one prepared for the pandemic. I don't know how one could prepare for, let's say, an apocalypse. But I mean, I actually recorded both singles. Pause, which is the one that was being released in May, literally 2 days before my birthday. So that was a gift for me. Um, so Pause and Why Don't You Live both were recorded roundabout last year in winter, and like I said, I didn't expect it to coincide with whatever. I just wanted these two songs to really expand the concept of living in the moment.
Yeah.
Basically, I always say this, but they act as like brother. They act as siblings. Like these two songs, so one's a brother, one's a sister, and although the meanings for both songs are, I would say, rather similar, because
Yeah.
the one that was being released in May, called Pause, is talking, I mean, it basically tells about a story of gratitude, right?
Yeah.
Like gratitude for your surroundings and people you cherish and love, and like especially for yourself,
Basically, it's
pause
like
and
stop and smell
yeah.
the roses kind of
Yes,
thing
stop
for a
and
little
smell
while.
the roses, but also take the time to appreciate.
Appreciate.
Like,
Yep.
yeah. Basically, it's more towards that appreciation side of things in that whole realm of being present. While Why Don't You Live is just basically that that bop to just make you groove and just live life. That's why
But
the
it works though. That's why
yeah.
one was like released during winter and one was the summer. So the different vibes of the song kind of
Yeah,
speaks
no,
a
one
lot.
was released in spring, as in
Yeah.
May. I mean, beginning of summer. No, but still spring, and then one in summer. So they're like
Okay.
optimistic vibes, yeah.
Okay. So who did you work with on Why Don't You Live?
On Why Don't You Live, I worked with my two producers, Chris Roberts, also known as Sire. He's a producer based in LA, as well as Mark E. Williams, known as M. Doc as well, from the label In the Soul Entertainment, and Siri, of course, from Anki Entertainment. So, yep, these are my two producers that helped bring my vision to life.
So what was the whole process like? I mean, working on Why Don't You Live?
Of working on Why Don't You Live, it was
Did you work on it
wow.
here or in the States?
I worked on it in the States. So I went over
Okay.
the States last year, November, December, to work on a few songs. I wouldn't say
Okay.
how many because
So
still
there's more
got
to
many
come.
alive. More to come, of course. Still hustling, man. Especially during this time, we have to hustle.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I worked on these two songs last year. But Why Don't You Live was memorable in particular because honestly, it was, to me, when I was working on it in the studio, I felt the most relaxed I've ever been. Like, when I was working on it in the studio, I felt like the most connected to Why Don't You Live. I mean, not just on its own, not just like because of its meaning, but I just felt so immersed in that whole vibe. I think because, to me, like personally as a person as well, I'm kind of like that too. I'm a very cheerful, I would say a little bubbly as well in terms of my personality. And then when you just get into the groove, it was so comfortable for me to adjust and
Mhm.
to
Very
really
nice.
bring out the whole authenticity of the song. So it was very natural. It was very relaxed to me. It was pretty funny as well because I remember at times I was working really late in the studio, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not getting this line right. Oh my god, like why isn't it working? I'm sure we've all experienced it before. And then I went out of the booth, and then after I grabbed a few notes, I had to eat, and then after I went back in, I was like, boop, the note just came, and I was like, oh my god. So
The Malaysian
magic
came out
trick,
of you like, you
I
needed to
know.
eat.
Yeah, so the magic trick for me, whenever I'm in the studio, like my producers and I always talk about it, is oh, we always have to bring food in. Then my lines will come out really nicely. Will,
Okay.
sorry.
Just a sidetrack real quick. I mean, like, can you tell us, I mean, obviously, like, for all the viewers, and the listeners, they might not know how old you are. But I will tell them. So you're still in high school, you're 16,
Yes, I'm
but
16.
yeah, can you tell everybody, like, how you got to this stage, like how you ended up working with producers in LA and stuff like that, like a little bit of your backstory.
So I am 16 this year, fully born, bred in KL for sure. No doubt about that. I'm in my last year of high school, but I started singing at around the age of 5 when I was exposed to Disney Channel, of course, in particular Camp Rock, Demi
Okay.
Lovato's Camp Rock. So after that, I was like, oh my god, yeah, Camp Rock, and I was dancing, I was singing. I literally begged my dad to buy me like those, kid plastic microphones, and then I would dance, and then and I was just like, shake my bum bum, and that was literally the start of it all. But initially, I perceived it as a hobby rather as something I would want to pursue in the future. But I've always stuck to it, mainly because it was just something I couldn't let go of. Like, how when like kids growing up, right, they would have like multiple interests and things would come, things would go. Like I would be interested in sports and I would be interested in different things. But
Yeah.
that was not the case for me though. I've always stuck with like the arts, whether it be like singing, dancing, or like acting, like throughout my entire life. And then as my skill in vocals developed, I started performing in local theatrical productions, musicals, gigs, and like just like gigs all around and like weddings and things like that. And then I started participating in vocal competitions. And then my biggest one yet is in fact the World Championships of Performing Arts, also known as WACOPA. When I participated it when I was only 12 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, and initially I had to compete in the Malaysian rounds to be selected as part of the team that represented Malaysia over in the States for that WACOPA competition. And so it was held in Long Beach, California, and I successfully bagged 3 gold medals, 1 silver and 1 bronze, which is still so
Well done.
overwhelming to me to this day. And I was only 12 then, and I made it to the grand finale. And not just representing Malaysia, but also Asia, because I was the only Asian in the grand finale. I think and 12 finalists, so that was a huge thing for me. But at that time, going with the flow, oh, I made it to the finals, wow. And then when I came back, I was like, oh my god, I actually wow. So to me it's still very overwhelming. And yeah, from that competition I met my current producers that I'm working with right now with my current singles, and like a few more other singles that I'm gonna put out really, really soon. And so that competition was literally the start of a new journey.
Brilliant.
Instead of
firstly, I
being
gotta say,
just a vocalist.
I gotta say, thank
Yeah.
God your dad bought you that microphone, because that was basically the start of everything.
Yes, that was literally it. My dad was like, oh my god, her whining, just give her microphone. But ironically, he gave me the microphone for me to whine more, literally sing, right? So
Well, technically, he just encouraged you more, right? So giving you quiet, which is brilliant. Okay, so a lot of people may look at you and say, hey, it's easy what? You can do this and then you can become a star at 16. You can work with international producers. I don't think the journey is as easy as it may look. isn't it?
Nah, no, no. I'm only 16, and in my, I would say, little years of experience, I can say that this is going to be one difficult and long journey, in fact,
Journey.
because there's just so much preparation to everything you do as an artist. And being an artist is not just singing anymore. Like I said, it it I started on a different journey. Instead of just being a vocalist, I
Yep.
after that competition, producing singles, and after this, I decided that I wanted to take this seriously as a career. It was a different journey because you have to manage yourself. There are so many different aspects you have to think of, whether it be like
Mhm.
marketing and then putting out songs, concepts, and you still have to develop your skills. I'm still,
Yep.
very much growing. So there's so many different things you have to start thinking about because music in
Absolutely.
the end, music is still a business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you
Yep.
get what I mean. So yeah.
Okay. All right, so if you're watching us right now, this is Pop Up Stage with Darren Tay and Mag. And this afternoon, we've got two artists who we'll be speaking to. Our first is, of course, Charmaine Koh. She is just 16. She just released a brand new single. It is called
Yes,
Why
indeed.
Don't You Live, which I think is brilliant. I mean, the message of the
Mhm.
Oh,
song
thank
is
you.
wonderful. So,
Yeah.
what do you love the most about your song? Right now, when you listen to it and you look at how relevant it is to today's world and the environment we are in right now, what do you love the most? What makes you love it even more than you did when you released it?
I think that besides its relevance to the whole pandemic situation, I'm trying not to overthink this question because, like, especially when you're the artist and you worked on the song, there are just so many layers that you have to dissect through. But I think mm, the one thing that I really love about my song would be how impactful it can be in terms of its meaning, even though the words aren't as sophisticated or put into a
Mm.
metaphorical context. You get what I mean? I I say in the pre-chorus, swear this feeling is impossible to lose. Like when you're dancing all alone inside your room. Like it's so simple and everyone can understand it. Everyone that knows the English language can understand it, but we often forget about these words. You get what
Of
I mean?
course.
Or we may say it, but we don't often practice it. You
Practice
see,
it. Yep.
there's a fine line. It's very tricky. When people say, "Oh, believe in yourself. Oh, live in the moment," we say that often. It's cliche, but it's true. But it's also very tricky as well.
Yep.
So, in that sense, I can put that into context where my song, the lyrics in my song might be simple, but I hope that in some sort of perspective, you take this. I mean, take that it has a deeper connotation to it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
For us to all live in the moment. Yeah, that's
I
what I
I
really love
think
about
you said it right when you said we tend to say it, but we
it.
don't
Yeah,
do it. We don't practice it. We can
exactly.
continuously say live in the moment, enjoy life, be happy, be grateful for the little things in life, but
Yeah,
are we
exactly.
actually doing it? So it's
And I think
technically
it's
just lip
also,
service.
yeah, another factor would be we crave for it as well. But
Yes.
it's so hard to come out of that mirror of reality, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, that's why people say it a lot.
Okay, so if
My
you're
take on it. My take on it only though.
Of course, of course. If you're watching and you have a message for Charmaine this afternoon, or if you have a question for her, you're more than welcome to drop your questions at the comment section below, and we will read it out for Charmaine as well.
Yes,
But
Yeah.
indeed.
I think we've asked her quite a lot of questions about her single. Darren, do you have any more questions before we run the preview?
Nah, I just wanted to say, like, if viewers, if you're watching and if you're a new artist, or if your friend is an artist, or starting out, it's always good to check this out because, like, Charmaine is only 16,
Oh.
and I have
Yeah.
to stress on this because when I was 16, all I cared about was playing basketball. That's it. And all I wanted to do
You're
was
late
just
bloomer
be
lah, Darren.
popular. Yeah. At 16, I only knew like a couple of guitar chords, and that's it. I didn't even have a band then.
Your father didn't
So
buy you a mic.
Yeah, man. Got on that
yeah,
plastic pink mic, man. Just watch Cam Rock, man. What were you doing? How dare?
So at such a young age, you've already like thought. I mean, kind of like
Established,
thought
yeah.
everything out. You've already got like a career path like set for you. And
Correct.
one thing that really caught my attention was the fact that you said music is not just music, but it's a business as well. Now, not
Yes.
many people start out that way. A lot of people start out as like, oh, it's a hobby. Oh, it's fun.
Passion.
Let's play
Yeah.
and just see where this goes.
Yeah.
But you're
True.
starting out at an early stage, knowing that it's a business, and that is a great place to start from. And I definitely see a big future for you. And for the
Oh,
viewers and listeners,
I think
if you are just tuning in, you can just go and replay and listen to what everything that she just said.
Correct. Now, if you actually Google her, so you find a lot of information about her. So it's brilliant
Yeah.
that she's done so much to get to where she is today, and I think that's not going to stop her anytime soon because she's still very, very young, and there's a whole life ahead of her.
indeed.
So she's going to take that
Oh,
stand and
yes.
live her life. So Charmaine, are you working on anything else right now, and what is to come in the next year or so? Let's not even talk about 2020 because 2020 is going to end in about 2 months, So what's coming on soon?
Ooh, well, I actually have a few projects planned for the upcoming year. Upcoming year in 2021. Yes, 2021. I have another song prepared. So still working on it though. I'm still fine tuning certain bits. I'm not ready to release it yet, so it would probably come around January, February-ish. The next one that I'm releasing though would be pretty different from the last two. It would show a different side of me in terms of a person and in terms of the message as well. But besides that project, there's another bigger project that's coming up next year as well, hinting for an EP. So these are my big projects coming up for next year, 2020. It's 2021.
2021.
2021.
2020 is just going to repeat itself. That's what's happening. Right.
I'm going to go back to what Darren said just now. At 16, he wanted to play basketball. At 16, I was just coasting in school. I didn't even think of big projects. The biggest project I had was a buku scrap for SPM. You know what I mean? So
No, because I
but
think
you're doing
because-
fantastic.
Because music to me is my form of basketball. It's my
Yes.
form of mengumpul stem. It's my it's my hobby. It's still my hobby because it's my passion. I'm just developing that hobby into this passion and into a career path.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so it's time for us to roll the preview before we come back and play a rapid fire segment this afternoon right here on Pop Up Stage.
You never get the same moment twice. So why don't you live? You never get the same feeling twice. So why don't you live? Top down when we roll. Feeling high, never low. Life's good and you know. So why don't you live? Press play when the universe is going your way. Work hard so we play.
Very santai. I like it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's like, you can sit down, have a cup of tea, and just chill to that.
Yeah,
or you
it's
can just
very
vibe
much
to it.
of
Very nice.
that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
it's,
can go
it's
both
definitely
ways.
a summer song.
Definitely. Yeah.
You know what makes it summer? It's the beat. So it's the reggaeton beat,
Correct.
and also the sound of the bottle. If you,
Ye-
it's a
Wait,
bottle
which-
or like a marimba
part?
kind of
Which
sound.
Okay, okay,
Right
okay.
back.
Yes,
That is the thing that makes it
Yeah.
feel very like island-ish.
Correct.
Yes, that was the
That's what it is.
inspiration.
That's the secret
Yeah.
instrument.
Oh yes.
Okay, we've got a message here from Shakir Khalid that says he's got a question. Any plans to do a song in Bahasa Malaysia?
Oh, BM, hello. I think I would. Upcoming plans near future, not too sure, but I have thought about it before. I've thought about doing a song in BM, but who knows? We
Brilliant.
never know. Maybe.
Coming up soon by Charmaine Koh. You never know. All right, so it's time for us to play our rapid fire segment this afternoon. We'll ask you
Yes.
quick questions and you give us quick answers. There are only 8,
Cool.
so we should be able to get through this quite easily lah. Yeah?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You
quick.
ready,
But the thing
Charmaine?
is, you see, every week, I have to put this disclaimer first, okay? Every week, Mac tells everybody that, we're going to play a rapid fire round, and then the questions are very easy. They are never easy, okay? So I have to tell you this.
Oh,
It
my
requires
God.
you to think a little bit deeper, which means we are challenging you to think on your feet, but times 2. All right?
Correct.
Because, yes.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
let's
My
start,
feet
all right?
are
Let's
small
go.
though. Okay, let's go.
That's funny.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. I'll start first. Okay. First question. What is your definition of living?
You asked me to think on my feet. Come on, man.
And it's a difficult
Um,
question, right? So not so rapid fire, but yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your definition
think-
of living?
My definition of living is being able to access freedom. But freedom for people might be in different ways.
Of course.
You know, some people might find that freedom in doing something they love. Some might find that freedom by, exploring the world. So I think by living is truly letting go. I think, letting go and just because at times we may be too oh my God, I'm going to elaborate. Okay, I'm just going to do this quick. We may be too uptight like with like things around us because there's just so many responsibilities, as we grow older. And so I think that's why living is so hard. I think like the very definition to me, my take of living is to be able to let go and access the freedom in any way possible. You do you. Yes.
All right. Brilliant. Now, when you look at life, do you think you're living or do you think you're just existing?
At times I feel I'm doing both. At times I feel like I'm existing, but I desire to live. And sometimes I live, but then I don't know. Because I'm a very organized and structured person, And I think partially of why I chose this very concept to talk about is because sometimes I often I don't even practice it myself. It's something that I desire and crave for. And
So you do
lost
both
it.
lah?
Yeah, so I do both. I do
Okay.
both. I definitely
Yeah, so-
exist for food though. Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
I would say I live for food.
Yes, I live for food. Yeah.
There's
Okay,
a
Darren.
very popular band. It's a heavy band called Kill Switch Engage. They have a song called Alive or Just Breathing. So that's kind of like, living or just existing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
wow,
cool.
wow.
Anyway, the next question is, if living means you have to give up the most important thing in your life, what would that be? Oh no, what happened?
Did we lose her? Did we lose her? She
These
froze.
are not easy. These are not easy. Oh no! Wait. Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can.
Okay. Sorry. Could you repeat the question? It lagged out.
Yeah. Okay, so if living means you'd have to give up the most important thing in your life, what would that be?
Wow. If living but the very definition of living is already so. It's a chunk.
Okay, let's
Just pick
yeah.
one thing.
Yeah, so for example, if living means making music, and I would say
knew
that
it.
probably is the most important thing
Oh
in
my
your life,
God.
right? So yeah, so would you be able to give it up? I think that's the question, like
No.
paraphrased.
Wait,
why?
if you
No,
if
the
you
question
put it
is
that
very
way-
simple actually. If you had one thing to give up in your life,
Yeah,
okay,
what
just
would
to
it be?
live, what would it be?
If I had one thing,
Yeah, that you could give up, but it would be
Cannot-
the most difficult. Yeah.
Cannot eat chaphan.
I think it would be that, if it would be that.
Chaphan?
It would be chaphan. I know, right? No, to put in context, we discussed this earlier. Chaphan is one of my favorite foods in the world, but I think I would still give it up Yeah, if it's against like making music, yeah, man, I would definitely give that one up.
Okay, what would you say
Okay.
is the biggest lie you've been told in your life?
That school is important.
Just the shortest ever.
That school is
Oh,
important.
oh, I know this one. I Someone once told me, and I believed it for a good like 4 to 5 years, that eating more fish will make you swim faster.
Champion, that
Yes,
one.
champion. And because like I used to swim a lot as well. Yeah, I used to swim a lot as well. So when I
Brilliant.
ate so much fish, but it didn't help.
Okay,
Okay.
question 5, Darren.
All right. If you had to pick either something to wear for the rest of your life or something to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be? Wear or eat, and what would it be? Yeah.
Wait, are you
What?
asking
Yeah.
me to
So
choose or like one of
Yeah.
each?
No, either
no.
or. So if
So
you could wear
yeah.
something or you could eat something for
Uh
the rest of your life, what would be?
I would I would eat, man. I would
Eat.
eat chicken rice for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Every day, you know,
That's
every
Yeah.
day.
Every
Chicken
day.
rice.
It's fine. It's fine. I
Okay,
love
the chicken rice shop, you know who you want to find for your ambassador.
ambassador.
Okay, so someday when we're all gone to the other side of things, right? What would you want to be remembered for? Just one thing.
I would want to be remembered for being true to my kind. Does that make sense? So I am
Yeah.
real with my music, but I represent my color. I represent my kind. I want to be
Aw.
remembered for the small minuscule of a girl that represented her own kind in an industry that's so difficult and so difficult to penetrate, given one of her circumstances. That's true to
Alright.
herself as well. Yeah.
Brilliant. 7.
Okay, if there was one thing that you've always wanted to do but never had the guts to do it, what would that be?
I think it would be Muay Thai.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Nice.
I know, different, but I never really like had because I don't know. I think it looks pretty fun, but because I'm quite petite, right? I'm afraid I would get beat up like the moment I enter the ring, right? I swear to God. But I think that would be pretty fun. But I've just never had the guts.
Brilliant. Okay, our final
Alright.
question. Final one. What is the one thing that you feel like you need to do before you can finally say, now I finally lived?
Oh, I know this one. I literally thought about it before this interview. Literally, so prepared. I want to ride on a hot air balloon. That is my number
Aw.
one thing to do on my bucket
It's an
list.
amazing experience.
I need to do it. That after that, I could say I've lived. Why don't I live?
Yay.
I've lived. Yes.
All right, so we've completed the rapid fire segment with Charmaine Koh this afternoon. Not so bad after all, Khan. If you think about it, she'll go
Yeah.
back like, I should have said that instead. But never mind. Where can our viewers check out your song?
Yes, you can check my new song "Why Don't You Live" on Spotify, on iTunes, whether it be on SoundCloud, and basically every streaming platform. And you should also head onto YouTube to check out "Why Don't You Live's music video as well. It was honestly one of the funnest things I've ever done in my life. Literally, so you can check my music video on YouTube and my song on all the streaming platforms, and you can find me on social media as well. I'm Charmaine Koh 19 on Instagram. I'm also Charmaine Koh 19 on Twitter. You can find me as Charmaine Koh on Facebook as well. What else have I missed? I think that's practically it. Charmaine Koh, and you should find me right there.
All right. And what is your final words for all our viewers this afternoon before we let you go?
Final words. I would say that although CMCO is affecting all of us, although we complain a lot, I would say, especially for us as musicians, I hope that we can take this time to boost our creativity in our music just explore with whatever we have in our realm of music and art. Does that make sense? Yes. Those are my
right.
final words.
Brilliant. So, Charmaine, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Oh,
Darren, do you have
thank
anything else
you.
to
It's a
add?
pleasure.
No, I am just beyond impressed. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
I'm just
Oh,
glad to have you
thank
on. So thank you,
you.
Charmaine, for coming
I
on
will
the
work
show with us.
harder. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
We're
for
looking
having me.
forward to all your major
looking forward.
projects, scheduled for 2021. That's going to be an exciting year. Hopefully, it will be a better year than 2020. But nevertheless, live your life
Yes, live your
real,
life.
okay? And just take in everything that comes. Because if we're going to sulk, we're going to lose out on precious, precious time. So, Charmaine, till we see
Exactly.
you again,
Perfect. Thank
you
you. Thank
take
you so
care,
much, Darren. Thank you so much,
stay at
Mag. It
home,
was a
and stay
pleasure.
safe.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Woo! All right, so there you go.
Uh,
Charmaine Koh, only 16. I'm very, very
yeah,
inspired by her, honestly. And at that line that you said, at 16 you wanted to play basketball. I'm like, what did I do when I was 16?
yeah,
Seems like
man.
so far away.
No, I mean, she started at 12, so she joined the competition and then she went to US to compete. At
I
12 years
know.
old, all I wanted to do was disturb girls, and that's all I did.
Wow, you
You
start
know,
damn young, huh?
yeah
Disturb girls
lah,
at 12 years old.
kecil-kecil
What's
senang nak.
wrong?
12 years old, disturb girls, and I just wanted to be a punk, you know what I mean? Because at that time, I started getting into like punk stuff, and
Look at
yes,
what you turn out to be. Wow.
right. So that's why, yeah, you start
You
out
put it out
as a,
there.
start out as a punk, and then I ended up getting into everything else, and I guess that's how it all what became of it, lah. Yeah, but now I
Absolutely.
don't disturb girls, lah. Girls disturb me, lah. So
Ele. Okay, so it's time for us to bring on our second artist for today. You said he's also still very relatively new.
yeah, he's kind of new as an individual artist, I would say, but I'm sure he's been in the scene for a while now. He plays in multiple bands as well, but this is a project that he fronts. He's the main vocalist, and it's a little bit of grunge, I would say. So if you are into Foo Fighters, and he did a great Foo Fighters cover this one time I saw him perform at Merdeka, you will love him. So let's bring him on. This is Jay Rizwan representing his band, Hey Jay.
Woohoo!
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
welcome
Hi,
to
Mac.
the
Hi, Darren.
show.
Oh man.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad that
Yep.
you're at home because we can see you're at home.
Yeah,
I see bookshelves.
it's not a green screen behind. It's not a green screen. It's natural.
Wow.
Who's at
Okay,
home?
so Hey Jay is the band that you're fronting, as Darren mentioned, and you guys just
Yes.
released a song. It's called Never End, correct?
Yep. Yes.
Tell us more
true.
about it.
Oh, okay. Basically, Never End is a kind of like straightforward song, where some points in life that you struggle to deal with the past decision that you make. The past decision that you made. You thought that at that time it was not a mistake; it was the right decision. But after time goes on, you feel like, oh shit, I made a mistake, and then you stuck with it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a struggle inside that you want to express it. So that's how the song came lah.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Jay, can I ask you something? Can you
Yeah, sure.
move a little bit to the
Yeah.
middle of the screen? Because I feel like you're going out of the screen. I'm losing you, and I just want to
Oh,
move the
yeah.
box a little
Oh,
bit
that's
so that I can knock it in.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I guess we've all been in that situation, isn't it? We make a decision where we live
Yes.
to regret, and it's just like, oh my goodness, why did we do this? So, what was the
Yep.
inspiration behind the song?
Oh,
Was there
it's-
an actual real life story to it?
I wouldn't say it's a real life experience. It's just that when you have friends, you have people around you that shares with your problems. They share their problems to me, or sometimes you heard over the conversation of people, right? So it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's like you try to relate. Oh, do I have this kind of problem or not? Yeah, It's-
So, you took
Yeah.
somebody's problem and made it into a song.
Yeah, I can say, yeah, but I have to give a lot of credits to hundreds of people who are having this kind of problems in their life.
So, thank goodness for all those hundreds of people who inspired this song.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the beauty about writing music. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
you're drawing inspiration from like an experience that you experience yourself, but sometimes it's drawing inspiration and ideas from other
Others.
people as well. Just like how I wrote that one song, I Don't Give a Damn, that has now
Yeah.
evolved and there's like 5 remixes. Like
Yeah.
it
I
was
love all the remix.
derived. Thanks, man. But it
Yeah.
was derived from my bassist experience, because at that time he had just broken up. So
Yeah.
and he went like, I don't give a damn. So that's kind of how it all started. So just like your song, it's inspired by other things.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's a general thing. It could be any thoughts of any kinds of struggle, by work or at school or wherever that you've been living around, right? So yeah, like the struggle of dealing with the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's something like that as well. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, earlier Darren mentioned that you've played for many bands, but right now you are fronting Hey Jay. So tell us more
Yeah.
about Hey Jay, the band.
Oh, okay. Actually, it's started out when I just came back from a long hiatus. Like I took a long break from performing and songwriting. So the last 2 years, one of my friends approached me. Her name is Zana. She's a singer, but she can't play any instrument. So she just like some sort of like, Jay, can you back up for me for this open mic show? So I said, okay, sure. I thought it's a one-off gig. So I kind of like, after performing it with her, just like kind of like, oh yeah, I start to really, the passion starts to come in, starts to come back. So so I just like, okay. So I just like get into songwriting again. I write songs frequently and I perform. And then came an opportunity to be featured at Merdekaria. So when you feature at Merdekaria, it's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of empty if you perform alone, right? So
Right.
I rang up a few of my friends from another band. They're playing for a band this called Johnny 23. So because we are close friends, so I said, can you back me up for this one show? So they said okay. So then we rehearse, we practice, we jam over the songs, and then it's kind of like a blend in after that one show. Everything is like, oh yeah, the rest is history. It's like, okay, I want to record my songs now.
Nice.
So yeah, so this boy said, okay, let's do it. So in an expansion to that band, I managed to get one bassist and one keyboardist. Also, I played with them from another band as well. So the
Okay.
chemistry is there. Yep.
Right.
Okay. And
So
from there,
basically,
you
this
guys
is like,
took the
yeah,
name
it's-
Hey Jay as well?
Oh yeah, the name came out. Basically, it's not my idea. Generally, it's not my idea because I wanted, being in the band, right? You want to have that something kind of like a catchy name, right? So
Yeah.
and then one of the guitarists and the drummer said, you perform solo before, people know you as J already. Why don't you put a band name that says J already? So it's like, okay. Then there's the catchphrase that I always get when I came to perform alone, where people, when I reach to the venue, they say, hey Jay, how are you? Hey Jay, how are you? So it's like, okay. Then okay lah, we go for Hey Jay lah. So that's how we got the name.
all right.
That's probably like the easiest way to come up
Easiest,
with a name for a
right?
band,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, man. Like when I had to come up with band names with my previous band, we had like 20, 30 like names written down, and we're like, hey, this one okay, this one okay, this one okay.
I think that's always the process, isn't it? But this fellow was like straight
Yeah.
down, was like, okay lah, this
Lasa ni lah, hey
yeah.
Jay, hey.
They were like, okay. They told me to put my name in the band. So since the people are calling me Hey Jay, let's just go with that lah. Okay, settle one problem.
Yeah. No, you avoid one headache.
Correct.
Yeah. But cool,
Okay.
man. Yeah. So like
Yeah,
with
go
this track, I mean, it's definitely more like garage feel, I would say. It feels more authentic. It's not super like, well, I mean, it's well produced, that's for sure, but not like produced. There's a raw energy, raw vibe to it.
Yes.
Is that kind of like something that
You were going
you guys
for?
you guys were going for? That's what you always wanted to sound like?
Yeah, basically yes. Because like we had the opportunity to play the song live before we even get a chance to record the song. So yeah, like the mood and the vibe that you play on stage, right? So we want to have that same kind of mood and vibe when we go into recording. So it's like, yeah, you know, like normally like if you go to recording, right, you record your guitar parts or whatever, you just like kind of sit down, right, and watch the
Yeah.
screen there, you know. So
Yeah.
like us, we basically standing, man. We just like whoa, like that.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, we want to deliver the same kind of impact that people watch live and then they listen to the track.
So they feel the
Right.
Yeah.
energy lah. They can relate to it either way, whether you're listening to
Yes.
Yeah.
it, at home or you go watch them somewhere else live.
Yes. Yeah.
What was
That's
it
brilliant.
recorded live,
No,
or
it's
was it
by
like
track. By
okay,
track.
okay? So you did like the traditional track by track lah, but you
Yes.
managed to capture the energy of it being raw and very live sounding. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, man, that's cool. It's perfect.
All right.
Next.
So who did you work with on Never End? I mean, was it completely just the band alone, or was there anybody else that you roped in?
Oh, okay. We recorded the song at iSeek Music Studios.
Okay.
Right.
In Kota Masara. We recorded in early June when the MCO was Eason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we straight away
man.
record. Actually, yeah, we supposed to record it in March, mid of
Because
March.
of the MCO.
Then MCO announced, we like kind of like, oh man.
Potong steam je.
Yeah. So because we had everything planned out for this year to
Yeah.
record as many songs as we can. So it's just that when June came, we just straight away we record whatever songs that we managed to record. So far we have completed 5 songs now,
Okay.
including.
So have you
Never End.
released all 5 already, or is this what
No.
number is this?
Oh, okay. Actually, Never End is the first song that we recorded.
Oh,
And then,
okay.
Yeah, so the next single is coming out in November.
Okay.
Yeah. The song, the next single is called Good to Go.
Okay.
It brings the same kind of sound, but the mood is kind of different. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So just in case, okay, I'm just curious. If COVID never happened, right?
Yeah.
If the whole MCO was never put in place, everything was going on perfectly like your every other day in the past years, how would the process have been like? How
Oh.
different would it have been?
We could have a chance to perform more
Live.
shows.
Yep.
Yeah, more shows live to promote our song. And then we could have recorded more songs.
Right.
Yeah, so that we can, maybe have an album next year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Basically, it's like we have to like push ourselves, because of this long break from the pandemic, right? So it's like, okay, whenever we have a chance to record, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's jam
Okay.
and record, because that's the only thing that we can do now. Right?
Exactly.
Other than performing online, right? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Would you say that the pandemic made you all work harder? Or did you all get a little bit chill and relaxed because of the pandemic? Which is it?
Oh, okay. Personally, I think I work hard. But yeah, because of the pandemic, we have to like find another kind
Alternative,
of working. Alternative. Also working hard as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of like taking positivity out of this situation. Like when you spend more time at home, maybe you can write more songs. Yeah, whether good or not, that's the band to decide lah. I just like when I write songs, I share with the band. If they say, oh, okay, then we go lah. Then if it's not, then okay, scrap it. We do it another. Yeah.
Your band's at home watching like, hey, this fella here, telling lies all that. No, actually we damn chill. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Okay. So what were some of the challenges that you faced working on this song?
There's not much challenge.
Other than the pandemic lah kan?
Yeah, there's not much challenge while recording it, because like we play the songs like I don't know how many times we perform live, right? So it's kind of like the tightness, the blend in, everything is there. No, so it's just like when we hit the studio in day one, the backing track is already ready. We prepared everything. Like it's just that we go there and then that we just execute it. So it only
Nice.
took like a couple of weeks to complete mixing and mastering
Wow.
of that
Okay.
song. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So what are you guys working on now?
Oh, okay. Is a Never End music video, which is we never planned to have a music video. It just started out when we released the song. So two of our friends from Alliance Studio came and spoke. They said, "Hey, we like this song, man. Can we do music video for this song?" I said, "Huh? Like serious lah?" Oh, okay. And then yeah, then we just like okay, let's sit down. Let's look at the storyline because I cannot imagine having that song in the music video because it's not part of our plan
Yeah.
to do music video, right?
But it's an opportunity.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity, by the way. So like we sat down like a couple of weeks to the directors gave like the idea what the song would be like and everything. So it's like okay lah. And then in terms of getting the casting also it's much easier. Yeah, because we just like approach our existing friends, right? So can you be in this music video? You know, because
Video.
like because it's like it's kind of an indie thing, right? So it's like you're asking help from people, right?
Super DIY.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I gotta give props to all our musicians during the whole pandemic. You guys really stepped up, lah. You know, you've done things that you're not comfortable with, and you've done things that you never thought you'd do. So well done.
Yeah. So with regards to this music video, right? So it's going to come out, I think, next week, next
Okay.
weekend. Yeah, hopefully next weekend because they're still editing the video. So
Great.
it's like, it's a new thing for us when Charmaine talk about marketing and everything like that. So basically, it's like kind of a new to us. You know,
Yeah.
like we have to like open the textbook from college, right? The principles of marketing, right? And then when it comes to like digital promotion, how like that. Like, so it's like you have to.
That's
go
why I
back to
never pay
school.
attention when you were in school, right?
You know,
Yeah, but the thing is, like these things you cannot learn in school. School won't teach you, even if you
Yes.
go to music school also.
yes,
I think
a
it's a real
hands-on.
life experience. Yeah, it's
Yes, you have to
hands-on.
be hands-on. So it's like we have to come up with MV posters. You have to like do a promo
Absolutely.
video, and then like the director said, "Oh, you have to do an interview, even though like your band is new, but people need to see how you are,
Correct.
you know, other than performing, right?" So it's like,
Mhm.
oh, okay. I'm like camera shy, by the way. So, it's like for me, it's like it took more takes than shooting for the MV.
Well, at least you did this live, so that's a good thing. It's a live interview, so
Yeah,
well
man.
done, Jay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so if you're watching right now, we actually have Jay Rizwan from the band Hey Jay. We're talking about
Yep.
their new single. It's called Never End. And I think we've got quite a number of messages on
Wow.
the board. So I want to say hi to Laini Hashim, who says, hey,
Lini.
hey, Jay. Okay.
Hi.
Then we've got...
No, that's not
Momin-
hey J. That's hey J. That's how
We've
you
got
say it.
Bovin Dean, who is laughing to our banter this afternoon. We've got Sharifa Zarina, who says, hello, Jay. Can we also be in the music video?
Wow, okay. Next single maybe. Next single maybe.
Next single. Okay. Laini also says, we love Jay Rizwan kan, Kak Sharifah Zarina. Okay, they all know each other. And they
Yeah.
say, okay,
They're
here's a
family.
very interesting thing, okay? Sharifah says, camera shy, like seriously?
Okay. That's my sister.
So she's actually checking you on everything you said, like, you know.
Yeah.
And she does say that, yes, you guys, they love you never ending. So that's really nice. I love
But-
that.
Yeah, man. Like you gotta get used to the whole being in front of the camera kind of stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
some people are
Yeah.
just really not used to it. But I guess this pandemic would have helped you overcome that fear by sitting in front
Absolutely.
of a phone or a laptop and talking
To
to
yourself.
nobody and
Yes.
talking to yourself. Yeah, exactly. So
Correct.
that's all your practice, man.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're doing very well. So well done. This is just the start to many, many other amazing interviews to come, I'm sure. So it's going to be good.
Hopefully.
Okay.
God
Okay,
bless.
so I think it's time for us to roll the preview this afternoon. Let's
Yep.
see if the preview to Never End is ready to roll right here on Pop Up Stage.
I can take no more. Living this condition, I can't stand no more. Living in confusion, I can't take no more. Living this condition, I can't stand no more. Living
nice. I mean, it's really true what Darren said. It's very grunge. It's very real and raw as well. I
Yep.
like the vibe to it. So
It feels very early 2000s also, just
yes,
that angst,
correct, correct.
Which is cool, which is great.
Logically, it's like the when you grow up, it's kind of like
Yeah.
era.
So what are like the influences behind the sound, though?
Oh, okay. Most of my musical influence basically come from like the Seattle kind of sound because I was
Okay.
exposed to that when I was young.
Okay.
So
And
like
the Seattle sound is basically the grunge sound because that's
Yeah.
where grunge started. Yeah.
yeah, the name grunge came because of Nirvana. Before that, they
Yeah.
could just call it Seattle sound, right? So yeah, so like growing up, kind of listening to that song. So basically, it's like when I start to write songs, right? So that became like one of the pioneer influence when you
Okay.
first start write songs, right? So currently it like evolves when you start to listen to other types of genres. And and then I also like like Darren mentioned, I also play with other people also. I play with other acts as well. So they play that kind of genre, not the same that
Mhm.
as what I play now. So
Okay.
it kind of like give you an idea to expand your mind, try to write different kind of songs. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. So what is in the plans for, the rest of the year to 2021? Well, let's look at 2021. You said there's a music video coming out next week and then there's
Yes.
also another single coming out in November. So what's
Yep.
happening in 2021?
Okay, 2021. We target to release at least 3 singles.
All right.
If still no vaccine, it's gonna be
There
like
won't be
3
a vaccine lah, for sure. Everybody's just gonna stay at home for the entire 2021.
Darren, can we not put that out in the universe? We cannot have that anymore.
Yeah, when I say vaccine, I'm being sarcastic, by the way. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to get 3 singles out, and then
An EP.
we are in line to record our next 3 songs. Hopefully somewhere in December.
Okay.
Mm.
Brilliant.
That's cool.
Okay.
Is it also gonna be recorded at iSeek Studios as well?
Yes. Yeah. So
Okay.
so far, the plan is towards that way because comfortability recording there, and then the engineers know what we want, right?
Yeah.
So
It's always
it-
good to work people
yeah.
who know you. Yep.
So it
All right, so if you're
depends.
watching us this afternoon, of course, Jay Rizwan is on the show. You can share the broadcast to spread the word about their single as well as Charmaine Koh single as we spoke earlier. But we've also got more messages. Laini
Wow.
says that, yes, you've already promised her that she will be in your next video. Too bad,
Oh.
dude. You said it live, so you have to hold on to your word. We got Shakir Khalid who says early 2000 like Creed. Yes, very much.
Ooh, no.
We got Zeno Loka who says 90s vibe, like it.
Thanks, bro.
And Laini also says Uncle Mile is also watching you now. You got your whole family watching, bro.
Wow. Regards to Uncle Maya.
Okay, so I think it's a brilliant song. I'm sure you can find it on all your streaming platforms as well. But just in case, tell us where you can find the song.
Oh, okay. You can look up for Never End Single in all digital platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Deezer, Tidal, Amazon, and even TikTok, which I don't think people will go lah for this kind of song.
You never know. You never know. There might be a group of people. You never know.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe we do a contest challenge or whatever. See how.
Can. Okay, so how can I follow you on social media?
Oh, okay. Since we are a new band, so we don't have social media for band. So temporarily, you can follow the updates from my own IG account is jrizwan JAYRIDZWAN. Also on Facebook, the same spelling, and also on Twitter.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So it's time for us to play our rapid fire segment, Darren. We've got 8 questions. Quick question.
Is it
Hopefully,
the same
give us quick
question?
answers.
it
No.
No, no.
Are you
That's
serious?
different.
Do you
They are
really think
different.
we're gonna be so lazy and say, okay, we'll take the same questions and do,
I was
dude?
writing down answers during
No, we
Charmaine's
already said.
question.
We already said. We already said. You see, Mac always promises easy questions, but it's never. You see.
Well,
Because-
technically, after the show, when you think about it, it's easy, ma. I didn't say it's easy when.
Okay.
All right,
Okay,
cool.
so
Let's
you
do
ready?
this. All right, let's do it. Okay, number one. What is the one thing in life that you may have experienced that you wished never ended?
Oh,
See, easy what?
First girlfriend, I don't know.
a girlfriend definitely no. I think having food. I think I because I like chicken so much.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
never run out of chicken for the
chicken.
rest of your life.
Yes.
All right.
Any forms of cooking as long as it's chicken. Yeah.
Okay. Now, on the contrary, if there was something in life today that you wish could just end right now, what would it be?
Oh, okay.
There's only one answer.
Yeah,
That's the right
I also got
answer.
answer already.
Oh, I think it would be the Premier League because I'm a football fan.
What, you want the Premier League to end?
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Not COVID, huh?
Not COVID
No.
lah.
No,
Yeah.
because I'm a Liverpool fan, so so better you end the Premier League so that Liverpool is the current and the past champion, so there's no more other.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, but we will never ever have football if there's COVID lah. So
Yeah.
I guess it's the same lah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, number 3. If you needed to end things with someone, what would be the worst way to do it?
Wow. Worst way. Oh, okay. I think by texting and then you
I
block,
just want to say.
you block the
Texting.
sender. And then you block everything on social media, everything, right? Then you don't answer the call.
That's like burying yourself, digging your own
Yeah.
grave.
Yeah. But that sounds
Okay.
like what everybody does now. I mean, like,
Yeah.
cancel, block, Yeah. Okay.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4. What fashion trend do you wish never ended?
Oh, okay. I think the season jeans, the t-shirts, the white plain t-shirts.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like the grunge fashion should live forever.
Wow.
So it's like big, loose, bundle kind of shirts, right?
Yeah.
So it's like vintage. Yeah, vintage.
Yeah, very vintage,
And then
correct.
jeans koyak.
Yes, and Bata shoes.
And
Bata
Bata
shoes. Buy and throw away. Okay, number 5, Darren.
Okay, what is the most common situation you find yourself asking, when is this going to end?
Oh, okay. That will be work, because yeah, when you work in office, right? It's like every day there's always work to do. So I just like, okay. Sometimes I wish, yeah. No,
It will
because
all end.
sometimes you get this sort of stress, right? So luckily I have like music that I have, I'll be able to play to release this kind of like stress. But I
Yeah.
wish I wish work would be easy.
Okay.
But there's no such an easy work.
Of course
Yeah.
not. Now, if you had a lifetime supply of a favorite thing of yours, what would that be?
He just answered it earlier. He said chicken.
Chicken. But you never know. He might have something else different.
I think Doritos. Spicy nachos. It's hard to come by. It's hard to get. Like you have to.
Yes.
Like, you have to fight for people if you go to the grocery. Yeah.
Jaya
actually,
Grocer lah. Jaya Grocer got sell what,
Yeah.
Doritos.
No,
Oh
but,
my
but
goodness.
it's always fighting for it. That kind of flavor, the cheesy.
I can
nachos,
imagine, right? A scene of you pulling the Doritos with someone else and you're just fighting over a Dorito in the supermarket.
Yeah, it's like the first thing that you go into Jaya Grocer, you go to that section first. Yeah.
Okay.
you-
All right. So, if you are trying to get on his good books, get him chicken and Doritos. Okay? So, number 7.
Okay, if you could push a magic button that would get rid of the world's problems, but also remove music forever, would you push it?
No,
No.
no.
But
Okay.
the
No.
world's problems, right now it's COVID, poverty, racism, stuff like that. What
Yeah,
would you push it? And then the world will stop with their problems but no more music.
yeah. But no, but the thing is not to be selfish, right? But music makes the world go round.
Aww.
Like yeah, whatever kind of music that suits everybody, right? Sometimes like okay, like if we become successful, which I hopefully it will, we can help to contribute to society, right? Yeah, to help, not to say to end the world's problem, but at least we could like lower it down, like contain it from getting bigger, like kind of like support. Yeah.
Okay, you
Doing
cannot become
charity,
politician, dude. Cannot.
Yeah. I don't want to be. That's
But
not my.
but to be honest, right? You never know. People like you would make better politicians. You never know. Music makes the world go round, and
Oh.
looking for different things. You never know. Okay, finally, our last question. As a musician, I'm sure you have your favorites, but if there was a least favorite and you wish it never existed, what would that be? When I'm talking about the music genre or the music type.
Oh, okay. The genre. Okay. I hope. I wish that Keroncong and Asli never existed. No, no, no,
Why?
no.
You're gonna piss off so many people.
No. I'm sorry, but I have to.
It's
I
a
have to
trick
be-
question.
Yeah, because like you said, man, I'm no politician, right? So I cannot. I don't know how to say it diplomatically nice. Because like my dad, right? My dad likes this kind of song, So every time we go balik kampung or wherever for raya, right? He always play this kind of songs.
Okay
So
lah.
no, it's just like
Put you in the mood to raya.
no, not the raya songs. It's like the Keroncong Asli thing, right? It's like okay, like he's trying to get his children to sleep, in the car.
Oh, that's a good idea. Good plan. I should try it too.
Yeah. So I wish, yeah, it can be existed, but from another universe lah, but not this one. It can be another multiverse. Yeah, they can play it somewhere.
Your dad's not gonna be very very happy right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry for those who are.
Okay, so we've completed our rapid fire segment. Not so rapid fire lah. Okay, we've got lots of messages from people who love Jay so very much. Sharifa says that Mag is so cheerful. Thank you so much. I try lah.
Yeah.
Momin
Yes,
says,
you
okay,
are.
bro, follow you now. Azam Ayub says, add at J TikTok official. Correct?
I don't have a TikTok account yet.
The fella just
Okay.
created one for you lah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
Lini.
mean,
Okay, yes, Mag. I'm so sorry, Lini. So is it Lin E or Lini? Correct?
Lini.
Like
Lini.
yeah.
Lini, yeah? Okay, sorry, my bad.
Yes.
Sharifa is answering to your question just now. If you could end something, it should be COVID. And Lini says nasi goreng kampung idaman for the win. And yes, she also says interesting question. So there you go, all your messages from all your fans, people who love you, who are watching this afternoon.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for the support. We feel the love. To Paul, who's watching, Alicia comes on every Wednesday from 8 to 9. Okay. In the meantime, this is Pop Up Stage. I am Meg with my co-host Darren Tay. And this afternoon, we're talking to Jay Rizwan.
Yeah. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Mac. Thank you.
We've
Thanks
come
so
to
much for
the
coming
end
on
of
the
the
show,
show
man.
already. It's been wonderful. And continue making great music. And even if the world's problems doesn't end, we hope you you can
Yes.
continue to produce good music as well.
Yep.
Any last words for your fans and our viewers this afternoon?
I'd like to thank most of you for my bandmates. If not for them, then we will not be here. Thank you so much. And for my other bandmates, also thank you for entrusting me to play your songs. To other songwriters, thank you for inspiring. Thank you to friends, families, Fan, yeah, I think we have a few, but thank you so much. Yeah,
So mean.
yeah. No, no, it's not me. I'm being realistic. So thank you so much for
You
the
have to be
support.
hopeful and say, all my fans who are there. Okay.
Yeah, thank you to thank you to everybody that shows much love and support for Never End. Yeah, more music coming soon. So
Mm-hmm.
no regrets. Trust us. Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
nice. Very nice. Like he started with that and he ended with that. No regrets. All right. So, Darren, any more questions or anything else
No,
you'd like to
that's
add
it,
this
man.
afternoon?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just yeah. That's it. I don't have anything to say. I'm just glad that we spoke to two very talented individuals
Indeed.
and yeah. So if you guys are watching and listening, and if you're an artist, please come and talk to myself or Mac and send your tracks over and we'll play them and also we'll get you a slot and put you on the show.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yep. So you
that's
can
it.
either reach us via our own social media platforms or you can even reach us via the AFO radio page as well. Just send us a PM or a DM
Exactly.
on Instagram or Facebook and we'll get back to you really, really soon. In the meantime, Jay, thank you so much once again for joining us this
Yeah,
afternoon.
thank you. Thank you so
And
much. Thank
to
you, Mac.
everyone
Thank you,
tuning
Darren.
in, thank you so much for being with us. We're going to wish you a fantastic weekend ahead. We'll see you again next week with new releases right here on Pop Up Stage on AFO Radio. Have a great Friday. Bye bye.
Yes.
Bye bye. Stay safe.